Recap with full spoilers of the 2003 romantic comedy How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, directed by Donald Petrie, starring Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. Basic setup. Andie Anderson, Kate Hudson, works for Composure Magazine as the go-to writer for its how-to column. She's bored of writing frivolous pieces and wants to tackle something more meaningful. Benjamin, Ben, Barry, Matthew McConaughey, is a successful advertising executive. He wants to win an important diamond campaign, and his boss challenges him. If he can make any woman fall in love with him in 10 days, he'll get the account. In parallel, Andie pitches an article, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Her plan? Pick a man and do everything wrong in a relationship so that he dumps her within 10 days, then she'll write about how it's done. Ben and his co-workers decide to use Andie as his target without him knowing her plan, so each has secret agendas. So from the start we have two overlapping bets. Andie will try to drive a man away in 10 days. Ben will try to make a woman fall in love with him in 10 days. And of course, they meet. Plot summary. What happens? Meeting and early days. Andie and Ben meet at a bar. Each is unaware of the other's agenda. Ben thinks she's just a charming woman to help him win the bet. Andie sees him as her target for her article. They start dating. At first things go smoothly. Ben uses his charm, Andie plays along. But soon Andie begins her losing him strategy. She starts behaving in stereotypically over-the-top, mistakes women make mode. Andie's sabotage. Andie deliberately engages in comedic sabotage. She sends Ben to get her a soda during a basketball game, so he misses part of the game. She goes to a Celine Dion concert instead of the Knicks game he expected. She moves girly items into his apartment, gives him a dog, a fern, etc., to show extreme clinginess. She ruins his guy's poker night by bringing personal items, emotional confessions, etc. Despite this, Ben remains committed, because of his bet and because he starts developing genuine feelings for her. Turning point. Family weekend. Ben invites Andie to spend the weekend with his family in Staten Island. Here, Andie begins to let her guard down, she connects with his family, and Ben sees more of her real self beyond the shtick. Their relationship begins to shift from game to genuine. The big reveal and breakup. At the corporate ball, 10 days into their relationship, things unravel. Andie's magazine article is revealed by her boss. She is writing, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and she chose Ben. At the same time Ben's bet is exposed by his rivals. Both feel betrayed. Andie feels manipulated, Ben feels used. They argue publicly. Andie writes the article in which she confesses she lost, the only guy the first ever fell for. She quits her job and leaves for Washington, D.C. for a new opportunity. Ben, after reading the article, chases her taxi and tells her he loves her. They reconcile and kiss. Character arcs and motifs. Andie Anderson starts with a cynical view of relationships, believing many women ruin men by being too needy. Her journey, from manipulator to realizing she genuinely cares for Ben. Ben Barry starts confident and somewhat shallow, bet-driven. He learns to care for someone beyond winning. Themes. The game of love and how manipulation backfires. Authenticity versus performance in relationships. What happens when you reject your true self? The idea of risk. Both characters risk losing something. Andie risks her credibility, Ben risks his bet and his heart. Time pressure. The 10-day limit adds tension and forces quick character change. Notable scenes and cultural highlights. The soda scene during the Knicks game. Andie sends Ben to get her another soda, diet this time, causing him to miss a key moment in the game. Poker night horror. Andie intrudes on Ben's boys only poker night with emotional baggage and weird decisions. The fern and dog gift. She gives him a dog and names it for the article's comedic impact. The company ball and stage duet scene. Their confrontation and public breakup occur on stage at the corporate event. Reception and impact. The film opened February 7, 2003, and grossed about $177.5 million United States dollars worldwide on a budget of $50 million United States dollars. Critics were mixed. It holds around a 42% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Despite the critical response, it's become a staple rom-com with enduring popularity, largely due to the chemistry between Hudson and McConaughey and its memorable comedic set pieces. My take, summary thoughts. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is a rom-com built on a high-concept gimmick, two opposing bets which leads to a series of comedic set pieces and ultimately, a predictable but satisfying romance. Because both protagonists enter the relationship deceitfully, the challenge is for them to shed their agendas and find something real. Their transformation, especially Andie's, is what gives the film its heart. The film also plays on the idea that you can't control love via rules or bets. When you try to manipulate a relationship with a goal in mind, you're unlikely to win in the way you expect. The 10-day countdown is a fun trope, but the real journey is internal change. If you're in the mood for a light, enjoyable rom-com with laughs and chemistry, this film hits its mark. Just go in knowing the premise is absurd, but the execution leans into the absurdity rather than fighting it. If you enjoyed this recap, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more recaps like this.